It's 8/24, August 23rd, 2023. He's asleep, so I'm gonna play with some cards. I asked what this is going to be about, and I was told nothing. I felt through it. There was nothing. I looked at it. There was nothing. So I went around it, whatever this energy is. And it's a static field, is what I was shown. It's similar to what I heard being described as discord or disruption. That's one thing. The other thing is other people's energy and perception of the energy they are translating. Sorry, I'm like trying to figure out how to word this because it's very specific. It's a very fine-tuned thread. I have to give you a personal example, and there's so much weirdness. This personal example I'm going to give you, most of you already know, so just bear with me, okay? I've had numerous staged relationships. They were staged by forces beyond my awareness. Each of them came with a lesson. A lot of people, do you hear the keys jingling? A lot of people who are reading each other's energies are not reading current energy. They're reading past energy. It's as if there is a temporal static field that is disrupting information and energetic imprints. I don't know. A lot of people, that's one other thing, okay? The personal example is a lot of these readers, a lot of the energy work seems to be on energy that has already moved on or is on the way out. So what a lot of readers aren't recognizing is there's a lesson being taught to them on what they're reading. Okay? It's a lesson that will help you fine-tune your abilities to read the present moment. Not past energy being carried into the present moment, and not deceptive energy being used to divert or deflect or reflect other people's energies. Also emulating, mirroring, cloning energies, okay? Source and your spirit team, your forces beyond my control and awareness to be able to even describe to you in a thesaurus of words, I don't have it. But your teams It's like they are all kind of working on the same lesson with you guys and with me, and it's to fine tune something. For the majority that I'm being shown, that I'm asked to relay this message to, it's to fine tune what you're reading energetically. How you're reading it through your clear senses, that's up to you. But what it is you're actually translating with that energy. Because some of you are getting a message, but you're hearing something else completely. Others of you are reading energy, but it's energy that's from like 20 years ago. Some of you are picking up on emotional pain among the collectives, but there's also a specific thing you're not picking up on, the other layers of that pain. So, from the personal example I was mentioning earlier, vaguely, the pain that is caused by a relationship or the loss of it, regardless of what it is, romantic or otherwise, isn't just a pain associated with that relationship or that person. There is an echo of similar experiences, okay? Throughout time, throughout parallel lives, throughout other realities, like the movie Everywhere, Everything All at Once. Um, some of you should get clear quartz, program it to keep you, oh no. I have something on the stove. Okay, you guys need some clear quartz, okay? Program it for clarity. Another thing. There's a lot we don't know. I'm going to make this part as quick as I can. I was listening to a reading earlier. Someone I just found, like, their channel was brought to me a few days ago. And I was like, okay, she seems cool. What about it? And while listening to something she was saying, my attention got diverted completely. And it was to telepathy. She was talking about something about how much, the zodiac signs have been going through and the collective has endured that nobody knows and all this other stuff. And I was just, listening while cleaning and stuff. And I thought, you guys really don't know what it feels like to be telepathically and empathically connected to everyone and everything. It's indescribable. You also have no idea what it feels like, really, for the way it feels like for me to have two versions of me in me at the same time. A two-spirit, male and female, both with two different timelines of history, each with their own path, and each with their own past lives. It's mind-boggling to me. And then to be who I was previously, just 100 years ago, just 100 years ago. And then to be aware as that person, here and now, in this. And then to see pictures of myself all across this civilization as someone that people loved. And now I'm here again. And it's like, something's wrong here. Something's just wrong. It's not about secret societies or conspiracy theories. It's not about aliens versus whatever. It's not about that. The algorithm probably just went bonkers. It's not about that stuff. These dentures, bro, I'm still not used to them. It's only been 3 weeks now. Oh my goodness. It's only been 3 weeks. Barely. Wow. Anyway, it's not about all that stuff. It's about the wisdom in it. The place I came from, before these numerous, whatever this is, you guys have it in fantasy movies, cartoons, comic books. I've seen myself and my memories, my history, as characters in books written by little pink people. It's like a fairy tale. And then to be here and to do what I do without knowing what it is I'm doing. Because for 43 years, the life of myself that I knew and the memories I held inside had no name in society. They were just my memories. I didn't know that you guys thought that person was all these things. I didn't even know about gender transitioning or hormone treatments or anything until I was 36. That was back in, I think, 2016. I've been so secluded and like protected from everything. And people think of me in so many different ways. I've been kept under lock and key and guardians my entire life, not just this one. And it's been by many, many people, but especially by a majority of people who a lot of modern society thinks are villains. But it's so weird because there's so much more going on than good guys versus bad guys. And it's having left here, you know, rest in peace kind of way. And then to be back here as that person, but different and not knowing it, just wondering why I look different. Oh, what am I doing here? Am I even awake? Is this real life? And in the meantime, all these abilities, all these different things, and nobody around other than gatekeepers and God. And I'm just sitting through life day by day, feeling all of it. And then I get asked, nudged, like a parent nudging me. This is what you got to talk about. Okay. And then I get so much negative bullshit from it. I don't comprehend the society. I don't comprehend this world. I don't see why so many people go against. I mean, I comprehend corrupt systems. They're uncorrupt. They're fixable. That corruption can be undone. Systems can be restructured. Things can be fixed. The shadow hand can be illuminated. There doesn't need to be a deep any. It's like there's just layers. None of this is relevant to anything. But the way some of these people are reading energy, remember that point back then? There's layers to all of it. So the stories you guys are telling each other, which are karmically causing domino effects that are irreversible through the time streams, is a little weird. I don't know if you know Lord of the Rings, but I'm seeing a palantir being given to a child. And then all the children. And then all of those children are growing up and just smashing it, using it, abusing it, doing anything they want with it. And they don't comprehend the power they hold. There has to come a point where how do I word this vibration? You know the warmth of citrine. Remember the feeling of Christmas spirit. When we feel that warmth, there's a difference within, right? When we don't feel that warmth, what are we feeling? Coldness. And sometimes in all that coldness, the illusions become really vivid, don't they? Remember that feeling where you intrinsically, initially, instinctively, intuitionally want to hug someone instead of combat someone. Make certain the energy you're reading and the spirits you're working with are teachable and wiser than you and your frequency and vibration in that current moment. Make certain you always go to source first, not a personified being, but the being that being is connected to. Remember, echoes, fractals, sparks. Okay? There are as many gods and goddesses as there are stars in the sky. But there is one, the Most High. There is one, the All. There is one massive cosmos. Within that are multiple spheres. Within this sphere, whatever this is, the world reflected at me and shown at me is not a direct reflection from my light. It's a mixture, a rainbow of everyone. Okay? At a different level, we are all connected to one. But just like there's billions of cells in the body, each one has its own individual function. Each leaf on a tree, each branch goes a different way. It's still all part of the same tree. Where are you on that tree? Because I've gone up and down and all around, do-si-do, so many times. And you know what I found? Each and every time, it's right in front of everybody. It's right inside everybody. It's all around everybody. But people are just like this. And the rest of the people, they're like this. And others are like this. But very few are like, what the fuck is this world? Because we seem to be doing something that is completely hypocritical to who we are, isn't it? The other place I came from was kind of like Fern Gully, but the machine took control. The the industries of oil and steel and pillaging the soil for minerals. The parts of the world after that, where the other ones went to, etc., that got messed up too. It's kind of like Mars being screwed up, Venus being screwed up, Mercury being tossed right close to the sun and just turning into a molten liquid ball. Jupiter, floating around trying to just expand everyone's, whatever, and Saturn kind of trying to keep everybody in check. It's difficult to describe how ancient what's going on in this world is. I'm not here to change it. I'm not here to stop it. I'm not here to save anybody. I'm not here to destroy anybody. Since I've been a child, all I want to do is have my own farm and have my own food forest and have a bunch of cats. I want to be close to nature and the world of the Fae, the old world. But the way this world is, there's so much beauty in it here too. This 3D world is very different than the other 3D world. In this world, there's continents that are deluded to believe magic isn't real. And just to hop, skip, and a jump the other way, magic is absolutely real. Where do you think those ice walls came from? Like, it's not just technology. There are forces in the universes, threads that connect everything. And when people act as extensions of that consciously to maneuver that energy, be aware of the butterfly effect. It's not just about karma. It's not just about your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend. It's not just about reptiles and greys and shapeshifters and narcissists and empaths and twin flames and whatever. Like, how many different costumes And reality shows, do you guys need to watch online before it's just where's the kids playing in the yards? The grandmothers and grandfathers in their, big old houses in the country. Why are they cooped up in little apartments and little tiny living tombs? They're your elders. They raised your parents. Is that the example you want to show your children? That once your hair goes gray, to stick you in a box and wait for you to go away? No. Where I come from, we honor the elders. They are the leaders, but only when they've accepted the frequency of unconditional love, yet to take no shit. 26 minutes. That was a long stream of information for you. By the next full moon, the night herself will sprinkle gold over a moon. And the waves will sparkle. It's like the waters and the clouds will be purified. Plant flowers as tokens of gratitude for the world around you that allows you to walk upon it. Honor your elders. Just honor your elders. When they're gone, they're gone. You won't get to talk to them anymore. You won't get to, I know, it's scary. But some people pray for other people to be unalived. What if someone was praying that on your family? Would that feel nourishing? Is that nourishing to the world? All that time, all that energy, all that power, all that protection, all those extremes instead of choosing this. Come on. Clear the clouds around you, the whispers of those people keeping you from the light of clarity. Have faith in your connection to the earth, the moon, the stars, and your connection to source. Discern your connection with source and what you have faith in. Purify what you're watching and trust in your higher power. Because this energy makes this energy look like a monster. To eyes that want to see a monster. Some of you are going to be getting a lot of unexpected abundance as soon as you shift that vibration of fear within you regarding a subject to a vibration of love, acceptance, releasing it, letting it back to the universe, being hungry for something better instead of what you've been hungry for. I keep seeing this being replayed. Look, it's as if they're looking into her belly, the unexpected card, and they're seeing something in the womb of Mother Earth, and they're grateful for it. What's behind that cold wall? Everyone is pure. Everyone. And you could see that if you stopped tarnishing yourself. How many have spent time mocking others? Just imagine what you could have done with all that time. With loving your parents, loving your grandparents, loving your children, your neighborhood, your trees, the grass outside, the snow, whatever, the soil, your neighbors, the building you live in, the food you eat, the water that washes your body, the pipes that carry the dirt away, the air you're breathing, the food, the water, the shelter, the clothing, the electricity, the plumbing, the police force, the fire department, the hospitals, the people that pay your paychecks, the people that you work for, the people that work for you, the people that your company, helps or that you help. There's so much. There's so much. Focus your priorities into a list of things that bring betterment into the world. Okay? I don't care who you are, where you are, what you're doing. It's time to behave like children of God who are ready to experience more. Okay? Now I'm going to go because I'm hungry and I have something on the stove. So I hope you have a nice night. I don't care if you click like or not, but thank you if you do, because it lets me as a person know that there's people who are listening and are appreciating or have learned something or even like thought of something. What is going on with my hair? Um, I'm going to post that meme again if we get to 420 subscribers again. So he's still asleep. Okay, good. What else? Just do better. Do better. I mean, God bless you for all the things you guys go through and all the things you guys don't tell anybody, and how much time we've all wasted on pointless shit that we could have been spending with our families. But we gave ourselves a higher than thou purpose of like helping people, right? How much have we actually helped? Have I helped you by being in front of the camera and being a target for either your hate, your love, your lust, or your jokes? Have I helped you be a better person? Have you helped yourself while you've been watching these videos be a better person? I could have spent this time with my family. It's not to make you feel bad. It's for you individually to recognize this 37 minutes of your life and mine spent to help you cultivate wisdom within you. How are you responding to it within yourself? Before you bring me and my form into any question about anything, what's going on inside you right now? No, it's not me doing it. I have never tampered with any of your energies. Ever. It is not my place. I could, effortlessly, but I'm not going to. Because I know the cause and effect. Do you? I adore you. I love you. Even if you don't love yourself. Love yourself better than I love you. Because I took almost an hour out of my day to, actually multiple times today, to shake you awake. Not to change the world, but to change you. I'm not the one that needs to change for you. I'm here playing a role for you. I have nothing to do with this entire chess game or whatever the fuck you guys are doing. I'm simply the little one in the corner going, "Are you okay?" What the hell? What the hell, you guys? Remember earlier when I was talking to you about having telepathy? Do you know how mind-boggling it is to have people treat me in a way where they assume I'm 100% lucidly aware of what's happening in every realm at the same time? Having that telepathy and being whoever you guys think I am is very different for me than what you think it is. I live alone in a retirement home for the elderly and people with disabilities. I'm 43, as far as I know. I don't really know my exact birth date at all. And my entire life has been a staged set. It's not about me. Like, I don't even have a real name. My legal birth name has been identity thefted so many times. Like, and I can't get my name changed because of they. So I don't matter to this. I'm simply here to tell you, hey, buddy, is this legacy? Is this, are you, some of you women, do you consider yourselves shamans, mystics, healers, Amazons, empresses, queens? Is this how they behave? Are you behaving how they behave? If you think you are, have you read anything prior to 1990? Any book? Those of you who consider yourselves magicians, look at your actions. Do they define Glenda the Good Witch or the Wicked Witch? Who gave you the authority to attack the children of God with magic? And who told you you cannot use magic to bless yourself and your life and to protect, guide, and guard with the love of God and Sophia and Gaia and all the ascended masters? You have every right to live your own life and to have your own things, but keep your hands and feet within your own lane. Keep your children under your wing and your ancestors and elders in your heart and by your side. You can do better. I know you can. You've done it before. So do better, because it's been over 100 years since I sat there with a cigarette in hand, shaking my head. Now it's 100 years later, and I'm still sitting here with a cigarette in hand, shaking my head. Not right now, but I'm gonna. And it's amazing how much the people that are projecting on me and others in their communities fail to realize what they're projecting is themselves. I've shown you what that's like. You've judged me for it. You've mocked me for it. You made memes out of me for it. You laughed, but you fail to realize it was you all along. I didn't miraculously, you know, get bitch slapped by the universe. I've been me all along. And God has helped me throughout all the pain and abuse and kept me safe. And I have been graced by wisdom, because there have been no people in my life that have stood by me as I cried and held me. Not one. without having been paid to do so by someone else. That's how protected I am, even in 3 dimensions, where the only people I see every day are pretty much bodyguards. Stop wasting your time trying to hurt each other because you guys have no idea who's who yet. And better yourself so that when the masks all come off, we can all look at each other with some dignity. Okay? Because I'm already connected to you, most of you. I've sensed and felt and heard your thoughts. I've felt inside of your beings, not individually, collectively. It's like being in a hotel room with no doors. I can hear everything. Everything. When you're sitting on a toilet, when you're eating, when you're having sex, when you're crying, when you're praying, I hear it all. And I love you. And it's absurd that some of you sit there being so unkind with your own bodies, using them as tools and weapons, while you utter, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." But you've made yourselves the weapons, and then you fail to prosper. And then you blame me and others like me. While I'm sitting here doing stuff like this, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the cat, by myself 24/7 on government pay, with nothing and no one to drive me anywhere, no one to hold my hand, no one to cook my meals, nothing, nobody. 24/7. My family is an hour away, and my mother has been dealing with similar issues her entire life, and nobody wants to drive her here to see me. And nobody wants to drive me there to see her because we're an hour away and it's too much. 43 years of just this room in a different part of the world every time. One room, one meal a day, and one room, and only one city block radius to travel unless I was chaperoned. I'm not allowed to have sex with anyone. I'm not allowed to have children. I'm not allowed to make friends or go to the bars. I am not allowed to go to Walmart or anything other than just down the street to the Dollar Tree. This is all from the Dollar Tree and what I can get delivered. And then the deliveries get stolen, as some of you know. I can't even open my window without hearing all these people either talk shit about me or instigate something or trigger test something or just, have the bodyguards standing out there talking about me 24/7 while being telepathic. And then taking care of 3D world stuff for myself: paperwork, disability, social security numbers, identity theft, my dentures, teeth, the ability to speak, what I'm going to eat, how I'm going to pay for it on such a limited budget, what I'm going to do with, etc., to spend my time 24 hours a day alone in this apartment with only the internet. I don't even have cable television. I can't afford it. Like, who have you people been fighting? I'm not being karmically punished either. Neither are the people like me in these situations. We're being kept safe from people who are so unkind. Like Cinderella's stepsisters that ripped the gown off of her instead of taking pictures of her and saying, "You're going to want to remember how beautiful you are. Here's some pictures. I love that dress on you. Here's a bracelet. It'll accent that dress even better with you." Compliments. "Oh, that color doesn't really look that nice, but Maybe we can adjust it with this other thing. Constructive criticism. I'm not going to enable you. I'm not going to pretend with you. And I'm not going to what? What could I even do? Stop making an enemy where there isn't one. This, everybody needs to hear this. Stop making enemies where there are none. The enemies are within. The things we hear that are planted for us to hear, that we think are our own or from God, but they're from other people. And the way we respond to that affects our genetics. So, everybody that's dealing with energy and readings, take a step back, fine tune that shit. And if you're starting, like, if you've been reading the same story all these years about a Leo and all this other shit, look deeper. Maybe the spirit source, God, is giving you information regarding the sun itself, the planets, the ethers, the energy currents that are going, what the sun actually does. Not just a Leo or a good day or a yes card, but actual esoteric, deep hidden meanings, deep spiritual insights. The Knight of Wands isn't just about some player coming in and coming out. It's about magic on the move, Merlin on a horse, knights of the round table with wizardry in hand. But the limited consciousness people have, they're like, oh, it's a player. Get out of that box. There's so many others to be in. If you want to be in a box like a cat, that's okay. Just get in a box that doesn't mess with anybody else. I hope this helps you. I'm going to go because these lights are really bright and I got to check on the stove. Take care of yourself and walk your talk, but make certain what you're walking, the path you're walking, goes with Christ, goes with higher intelligence, higher consciousness, not people around you. Because the people around you that you should be like looking at as kind of guiding posts or lighthouses or beacons, most of you are afraid of that light. So be careful with what you're comfortable with, what you're afraid of, and what you're showing love to. How would your life be different if you switched those around a little bit and lessened what you hate? Hiccups. Okay, Imperial Dragons, okay. I think Carla is watching. What do you have to say? Magician, heal thyself. Because I'm not the one you need to worry about. Heal yourself. You know how sometimes we look for a problem because we don't want to be in a relationship with someone and we make shit up and then we start believing that shit and then we lose the relationship because of that or one of the reasons? Don't do that in your life right now. Okay? Don't make shit up just to justify an urge you have inside you. Because Some of you are really close to the line where Anubis goes, enough. Okay? This is your friendly, hey, heads up. You're getting a little slimy. Some of you, like, check your environments, cleanse your home, get the corners. Remember, I've told you repeatedly, each corner of your house should tell a story of love. It should be a beacon, a pillar of integrity within your house, not just shadowy corners with decorations in them. Okay? And when you're praying to God, please start doing it as if they're actually listening to you and that they are your unconditionally, I need to drink more water, unconditionally loving parent. I'm noticing when I drink more, even like bubbly things, it's so much easier to speak with them with the dentures in. I'm not doing that bad though, considering like how it was before. It's mind-boggling to me. Sometimes I forget they're even in and that they're fake. I'm like, oh, so weird. They go so high. That's TMI. That's for another video. I might actually, if anybody even cares, we can sit down and talk about it one of these days. Look at all this. Since I've been 13, all this white hair. Look at that. Since I've been 13. It's on this side too. Look. It's a little up there. But I've had white hair for a very long time. Some of you know the story of how it happened. It was scary. Anyway, take care of yourself. There are a lot of good videos on how to spiritually cleanse your energy, but the most simple way is just to be honest with yourself and how you feel and what's going on inside you. Really just get to the point of why you want what you want and why you feel what you feel. Because you might be hungry for something like a fiending or an addiction for something, or a craving or a lust for something, or a hatred or jealousy or envy. But underneath that feeling is yourself that is crying, like a baby that's crying for something. And your conscious mind, due to how you were raised, assumes it's either sex, food, money, or fighting because it's a need. You don't know which one it is because you were never learned to fine tune it. Okay? I can help you if you want, but what good is it going to do? You can do this yourself right now. Find something that bothers you within you or someone around you and really ask yourself why. Ask yourself why so many times that you get angry at the question that you're being asked, which is why? Okay? It doesn't matter if you do egg cleansing, sage, cedar wood, whatever. It doesn't matter. The energy is being emitted from your heart. The Heart Math Institute maybe might be able to help guide you in a better method for those of you who learn differently. Look into the lessons of Merlin if you're in the old ways. Look into the true teachings of Christ, the Bhagavad Gita, if you really want to simplify it, look up Louise Hay. Um, the simplest way I found is sit in front of a mirror and talk to yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Pretend your reflection is another you or someone else. And then talk to them. Like, ask a question to yourself when you're just kind of looking around. And then look at yourself in the mirror and say the response that you really feel. So, example being, you really don't like somebody. You're like, oh, I don't like this person. Why? And then you look in the mirror and say, because so and so reason. And then you look away from the mirror and you say, but really, why? And then you look back in the mirror and answer yourself. Do this exercise until you can recognize when it's your ego, your fake personality, when it's your heart, when it's your gut instincts, when it's your organs that you're channeling from, or when it's, energies around you responding to you. Is it authentic feeling to you? Does the question match the answer? Think about it. I've given you a lot of little pearls of wisdom. If you can find them, it should be pretty obvious. Have a nice day. Thank you for clicking any whatevers, because whatever. Don't send me anything. I've closed Amazon off. Amazon wish list. If you want to send me something, email me. If you have anything nice to say, or if there's constructive criticism regarding the sound, video quality, etc., that just makes viewing and listening better, tell me. Maybe I speak too fast. Maybe I speak too slowly. Maybe I don't enunciate words properly. You don't have to hold those things inside. Just find a different way to say them. Sometimes I do things on purpose to trigger some wounds so that you can realize, hey, that thing inside me that's bothering me, it's kind of really dumb. Or that thing that's bothering me about that person, maybe it's actually in me too. And the end goal isn't to rule the world or your community or to have 1,000 subscribers of, kissing your ass. The goal is to feel Christmas spirit all the time. All the time. How long can you maintain that vibration?